You've woken up in ancient Rome. Yes, that ancient Rome, with triumphs, marble temples, and philosophers in togas. But the farther you walk down the streets, the more you realize it's not all as glorious as the textbooks say. Let's take a look at the horrors you'd have to face. Public toilets and the shared sponge. Roman toilets weren't exactly private. People sat side by side, like in a school locker room. And instead of toilet paper, they used a sponge on a stick, rinsed it in salty water, and passed it along. Welcome to ancient hygiene. Explosions and rats in the sewers. In the toilet, you could not only get dirty, you could actually get blown up. Methane building up in the sewers could ignite from a simple lamp. And on top of that, rats and snakes often crawled out from below. Perfect place for some deep thinking, right? Gladiator blood as medicine. Fights in the arena often ended in death, but the gladiator's body wasn't always just carried away. Their blood was collected and sold as a cure for epilepsy. Yes, people believed that a sip of fresh blood was almost like a visit to the doctor. Some even ate gladiator livers raw. Self-care with urine. Want a dazzling smile? In Rome, all you had to do was rinse your mouth with urine. And if your tunic lost its brightness, just take it to the laundry, where the ammonia in urine would restore its original whiteness. Yes, your clothes would literally ferment in vats, stomped by the feet of slaves. Life in the Insuli. Dangerous Roman apartment buildings. Most Romans lived in insulae, cheap multi-story apartment buildings. Water was only available on the ground floor, and toilets were almost non-existent. Collapses and fires were common since people cooked inside their rooms. Rent was expensive, but the living conditions were terrible. Pain in the name of beauty. Beauty is pain. Hair was plucked with tweezers, and skin was scraped with a metal strigil, all without creams or spa treatments. Even Seneca complained about the noise in the baths. One man is getting plucked, another is singing, and a third is yelling while being shaved. Vomiting as part of the feast. At noble feasts, it was customary to induce vomiting in order to keep eating. Special rooms for this were located right next to the banquet hall. Classic Roman style. First, empty yourself out, then go back for some honey-roasted pig. Crime and a complete lack of police. At night, it's better not to go out onto the streets of Rome. No street lighting, no security. Patrols? They existed, but mostly protected the wealthy. As for you, you could be robbed, beaten, or simply pushed into a canal. Welcome to the ancient crime capital. Executions as public spectacle. Executions in Rome were a spectacle. The condemned were torn apart by beasts, burned, or crucified, all to the cheers of the crowd. Even children were brought to these shows, supposedly to toughen them up. Medicine without anesthesia. Surgery was hell. They could amputate a limb or cut an arrow out of your chest, with no anesthesia. The best you could hope for was wine, a thick strap between your teeth, and a scream. Roman surgeons were skilled but ruthless. They used a real arsenal of tools. Surviving one of these procedures was a miracle in itself. So if you're dreaming of time traveling to ancient Rome, think again. Sure, gladiators and aqueducts are cool, but sewage, vomit at feasts, and urine-based medicine? Not so much. Go hug your toilet. It's your best friend.